In today's video, we're going to finally look at these spring onions. If you can remember, back in November, we planted spring onions. We cut about 2 inches off a spring onion from a supermarket. What I've decided to do today, obviously, because these need harvesting. I mean, we could let them keep growing and growing, but because these need harvesting, I'm going to really push the limits on this. So I want to cut each spring onion, and I'm going to leave a little bit. So I'm going to try the tiniest bit, and then a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Obviously, you know, when you're cutting a spring onion, when you're cooking, you cut the tiniest bit off, don't you? And then you throw that. But imagine if you didn't have to discard that, and it would grow into one of these. So that's what we're going to test today. How much we can actually get away with cutting off for it to grow back into a plant. Will also be interesting because this would be the second time around doing it to these plants, because these were originally supermarket plants, and they've done really well. So there's no reason why we can't do this at home. So if this does work, it shows that we can just keep regrowing the same plant, and you'll never have to buy spring onions again. I don't know how they taste though, but I will let you know. We've got all them little potatoes. If you watch previous videos, I found loads of little potatoes in the garden, and I didn't discard them. So what I'm planning on doing is filling a tub up, chucking the potatoes in, and then seeing if they grow. I can hear a bird, but I can't see him. If we can regrow them into smaller tubs, or even if you've got a balcony at home or something like that, then it's ideal. You'll never have to buy potatoes again, ideally. So yeah, so let's get all these set up. I'll get the pots ready, and then we'll get these planted over. I've added about 1 inch of soil onto the potatoes. Often we assume they're too small to grow. I'm actually tempted to keep these outside. The weather's looking nice. Obviously we are. I don't think we're going to get many frost, but this pot's quite good for draining. Yeah, I'm going to put this outside in a good location, and I'm just going to water it from there. Moving it in and out of the greenhouse is sort of pointless, and I hope these will come up when they're ready, I think, anyway. Yeah, let's get that done. So we have our 5 spring onions. We're going to harvest leaves and cut off the tiny bit at the bottom. Usually you would do this at home in your kitchen or something, but if you had a pot nearby, once you cut it off, you could then put it into the soil. So last time we used these cardboard pots, so we're going to reuse these again because they were ideal for this. There was no issue, and just transplanting them was easy. I wouldn't use these generally, but for experimental purposes, I think it works out fine. I just got to remember which one's which. Remember in the last videos when we transplanted these, they were in these trays. I just took the bottoms off and just sat them in, and now, I mean, that's what's left. Everything else is degraded into the soil, so it's probably fed the plant as well. So I take back what I say about them pots. I'll just show you the root system on these. Remember, these were shop bought spring onions. So they were shop bought, they were cut and then regrown. And we're going to do exactly the same again. So I want to cut the roots off just enough, like that. And then I'm going to do different stages. So this one's going to have a tiny bit, and then we're going to go more and more. I'll show you each stage. So that's ready for eating. And that is what we're going to be regrowing, if it does regrow. And then I'm going to do the same bit of rest, but at different heights. Biggest, smallest. Now, I think they're all going to grow. I don't know if they're going to grow at the same rates. Right, I'm going to put these into the small pots. I'm going to obviously water them. This is the smallest. I've just left it just poking out the top there. So I've compressed it around so the roots are touching the soil. So I'm going to put a 1 with an S, so it's going to say that 1 is small, and then I'm going to put 5 with an L. All I can smell is onion now. So today we've done them potatoes, which is going to be interesting if they grow. I'll probably do that every year, even if they produce little new potatoes, because it's worth doing them. Somewhere to put them, chuck them aside, leave them, and they're away from your main potatoes, and you get small potatoes. So you can have your big potatoes and your small ones. That's what I'm hoping is going to happen. I think these are really interesting because not only are they, they originally were supermarket ones. They've grown really well, just as good as normal ones that I would usually do. The reason why this experiment is different is because we're redoing. So this is the second time that they're doing. So not only the supermarket, this is the second time we're doing that same process, and we're literally seeing how far we can push these and how much we can cut off them for them to regrow. They might not regrow. The small one might dry out faster than it grows. I just realised this with a. Make sure you subscribe and go back and check the old videos that we've done. We do a lot of experiments on the channel. We've, like I said, with the garlic, we've got the garlic on, and that's all that is supermarket garlic. I don't recommend growing supermarket garlic because obviously, they use chemicals and pesticides. But the idea is that I'm going to grow that garlic, see if it grows, which it's doing really well, and then next year keep a few bulbs, and then kind of like end up producing my own garlic from that, and kind of hopefully wean out the supermarket part of it, side of it. And then it's the same with these. If these work, I'm just going to keep regrowing them and see how far I can get away with. Subscribe, check the old videos out, and I'll keep you updated. As soon as these do anything, you'll be the first ones to know.